Hi ninth. As you know, in the last class, we discussed about um, questions from exercise 9.2. So altogether, we have discussed 4 questions from exercise 9.2, and I know that in exercise 9.2, 2 more questions are remaining. So through this video session, I'm going to solve that question for you, and that means through this video session we will wind up the exercise 9.2, and one more exercise is remaining in this chapter, and that exercise is a very big exercise. As you know, we have to use much time in that exercise. So anyway, the remaining 2 problem in exercise 9.2 we are going to discuss through the video. Learn the video, practice question well. As I told you many times, and you may feel some difficulty and you may feel some confusion while solving questions under geometrical chapters like areas of parallelograms and triangle. That is the structure of the chapter, that is the specialty of the chapter, that there is no other way, because most of the questions should be like show that, prove that kind of questions. So we have to learn the problems well, and as I told you, the advantage is in board exam and all, the board people will select most of the question as direct question. 90% of the question as direct questions from this kind of chapters like geometry chapters. So that benefit is there. Okay, anyway, let me try to explain that remaining 2 questions for you. And as I told you, practice well, learn well, and after practicing well, after watching the video well, you can upload the notebooks, okay, in the same platform. And which platform I'm giving this video for you, in the same platform you have to give me back your words, and you can send me private. No need to send us private, because what is the need, because it is not as an exam. So you can you just share with the class, no problem. And but you should be you should send the notes today, the same day which day I'm uploading the video. In the same day you are supposed to upload the note also, okay. And let me go to the question. So let me solve this question number 5 for you, and this is the time to read the question. In the question it is given that PQRS and ABRS are 2 parallelograms and X is any point on side BR. Show that area of PQRS is equal to area of ABRS and area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS, and this is the figure, it is given already, okay. And see, this is the figure, and what all the things are given that, what all the things are given that PQRS is a parallelogram. So which is the parallelogram PQRS? Given that PQRS is a parallelogram, which is that parallelogram PQRS? PQRS. Can you identify that parallelogram? See, PQRS. This is your first parallelogram, and which is the second parallelogram? ABRS. See, ABRS. See, this is your first parallelogram, and this is your second parallelogram, okay. And what we have to prove first? We have to prove that area of PQRS and area of ABRS are equal. What we have to prove? We have to prove that area of PQRS and area of ABRS are equal. I can say that area of PQRS should be equal to area of ABRS directly. How we can say that area of these 2 parallelograms are equal? We have to prove that area of the first parallelogram is equal to area of the second parallelogram. I told you it stands for area of. So I have to prove that area of the first parallelogram is equal to area of the second parallelogram. Can you prove that? Yes. Why? Because both parallelogram, one specialty is there. Both the parallelogram are standing on the same base SR. See, this parallelogram and this parallelogram are standing on the same base SR, and both are in between the same parallel line. See, both parallelograms are in between the same parallels, no? So of course their areas should be equal, no? By that theorem, yes. So what we can say, what we can write, both parallelograms what standing on the same base, isn't it? On the same base SR, isn't it? And between same parallel lines, and between same parallel. So what is the reason? Both parallelograms standing on the same base SR and between the same parallel. So since that two parallelograms satisfying this condition, what we can say in the very next moment, area of the first parallelogram PQRS should be equal to area of the second parallelogram ABRS. Enough? No? Yes, enough. So in the first question we are supposed to prove that area of the PQRS is equal to area of ABRS. So we know that both parallelograms stands on the same base and between the same parallel. So of course area of the first parallelogram should be equal to area of the second parallelogram. And let me go to the next question. So which is the next question? Area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. Area of AXS, which is what I have to show, area of AXS is equal to half into area of PQRS. This is the question I have to show. I have to show that area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. You may understood, isn't it? So what is this AXS? Which is this AXS? See, AXS, AXS. See, this is the thing. This is the triangle. AXS is a triangle. See, this shaded triangle. AXS is a triangle. See. Okay. So I have to prove that area of that triangle AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. PQRS is a parallelogram, no? Okay. See. Think about the triangle AXS and the parallelogram ABRS. I have to prove that area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. So, in short, I have to relate this AXS and PQRS, no? Isn't it? Once again, I'm repeating the same thing. I have to show that area of the triangle AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. That means I have to relate the triangle AXS and the parallelogram PQRS. But what I am going to do now is I am going to compare triangle AX. You know why? Because I cannot find any direct relationship between this triangle and PQRS. See, consider this triangle AXS, that is the required triangle, and the parallelogram PQRS. See, this is your triangle and PQRS, this is the parallelogram. Can you say that both are standing on the same base? See, this is your triangle. ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നത് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ എടുക്കാം. ഇത് ഏരിയ ഓഫ് PQRSും ഏരിയ ഓഫ് ABRSും ഈക്വൽ ആണെന്ന് നമ്മൾ സിമ്പിളായിട്ട് പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്തു. കാരണം രണ്ടും ഒരേ ബേസിലും ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ദ സെയിം പാരലൽ ലൈൻസ് ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഓഫ് കോഴ്സ് ഇതിൻ്റെ ഏരിയ ഈക്വൽ ആയിരിക്കും. അത് പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്തു. ഇനി അടുത്ത് ഇത് പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യണം. ഇതെന്താ പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? AXS എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ട്രയാങ്കിളിൻ്റെ ഏരിയ PQRS എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പാരലോഗ്രാമിൻ്റെ ഏരിയൻ്റെ ഹാഫ് ആണെന്ന് പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പോൾ AXSും PQRSും നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്തേക്ക്. AXS എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ട്രയാങ്കിളും PQRS എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ പാരലോഗ്രാമും തമ്മിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും ബന്ധമുണ്ടോ? രണ്ടും ഒരേ ബേസിലാണോ? അല്ല. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്കത് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് പക്ഷേ ഞാനപ്പോൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു? AXS എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ട്രയാങ്കിളും I am going to consider the triangle AXS and the parallelogram ABRS. So I am going to consider the triangle AXS and I am going to consider the parallelogram ABRS. So what all the things I am going to consider? Consider triangle AXS and parallelogram, instead of PQRS I am going to consider parallelogram ABRS. Consider this triangle and the parallelogram ABRS. What is the speciality? You just see in this way. So what all the things I am going to consider? You may understood that I am going to consider this triangle and the parallelogram ABRS. See, consider this triangle and consider the parallelogram ABRS. See, they are standing on the same base AS. I told you what any side you can consider as base, no? So in that way, if you think in that way, this triangle, see, this triangle AXS and parallelogram ABRS are standing on the same base AS, no? And this triangle and the parallelogram are standing on the same base. If you consider this as the base, then the triangle and this parallelogram. Don't confuse between PQRS. I am not going to consider that parallelogram. I am considering this triangle and the parallelogram ABRS. So this triangle and the parallelogram ABRS are standing on the same base. This is the base, common base, and they are in between the same parallel lines, no? So this is the parallelogram, this is a triangle, it is standing on the same base and in between the same parallel lines. So what we can say, if a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and in between the same parallel lines, what we can say, area of that triangle, that means area of the triangle AXS should be half of the area of the parallelogram. What, which is the parallelogram here? ABRS. This is by a theorem. Why? Because consider triangle AXS and parallelogram ABRS. What is the specialty we found? Both are on the same base and between same parallel lines. So if a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines, the area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram. You may understood. But what I supposed to prove? I supposed to prove area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. But what I got? I got area of AX is equal to half into area of ABRS I got. But I supposed to prove that area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. So let it be. Anyway, we reached area of AX is equal to half into area of ABRS, no? So can I replace it as half as it is? Half as it is, area as it is. Instead of area of ABRS, we in the first session we proved that area of ABRS is nothing but area of PQRS, isn't it? So instead of area of ABRS, can I write area of PQRS? Of course. Why? Because both areas are same. So in that way we proved that area of AX is equal to half into area of PQRS. You may understood, isn't it? Okay. So hence the proof. And just read sixth question. Question number 6. Sixth question. Okay. A farmer was having a field in the form of a parallelogram PQRS. A farmer was having a field in the form of a parallelogram PQRS. That means a farmer, his field is in the shape of a parallelogram PQRS. So let me draw that. Figure is not given, we have to draw the figure. So this is the way to draw the figure. Just draw a parallelogram PQRS first. Parallelogram PQRS. So this is a parallelogram PQRS. Farmer's parallelogram PQRS. Field is in the shape of that. Okay. A farmer was having a field is in the shape of a parallelogram PQRS. She took any point A on RS. That means what she did, she took any point A on RS. So see, this is the side RS of her field. What she did, she took A is a point on RS. So let it be some A here. She took a point A on the side RS. Isn't it? She took a point A on the side RS. You may understood. Okay. And read the remaining part. And joined it into P and Q. Then what she did, and afterwards what she did, she just joined this A towards P and Q. So join AP and join AQ. You may understood, isn't it? Okay. Now you see, in how many parts the field is divided? That is the first question. In how many parts the field is divided? Can you say in how many parts the field is divided? First part, second part, third part. So in 3 parts the field is divided. So that is the answer for that question. How many parts? 3 parts are there, isn't it? Very simple, no? So even LKG students can also even answer the question. But next question, LKG students cannot. I don't know whether you can or not. Try for that. What are the shapes of these parts? So that also LKG student can do. This is a triangle, this is another triangle, this is another triangle. 3 parts are in the shape of triangle. Okay. And the last question is, the farmer wants to sow wheat and pulses in equal portion of the field separately. How should she do it? What she wants to do, she wants to sow or she wants to plant wheat and pulses in this field. She wants to plant wheat. Wheat I know, I don't know what is pulses. I know pulsar, I don't know what is pulses. Okay, so let it be anything. She wants to sow or she wants to plant wheat and pulses in equal portion of the field separately. That means you may understood the question. Okay, എന്ത് നടണം? വീറ്റും പൾസസും നടണം. എങ്ങനെ നടണം? വീറ്റും പൾസസും ഒരേ ഏരിയയിൽ, അതായത് isn't it pulses in equal portion of the field separately. ഓക്കെ, വീറ്റും പൾസസും അവൾക്ക് ഒരേ ഏരിയയിൽ സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് നടണം. ഉദാഹരണത്തിന് അവളിവിടെ വീറ്റ് നട്ടു എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാം. അതായത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ടാകും. വളരെ സിമ്പിളായിട്ടുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നടന്നത്? വീറ്റും പൾസസും 3 പോർഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. അതിൽ വീറ്റും പൾസസും കൂടെ നടണം. അപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ നടണമെന്നറിയോ? വീറ്റ് മൊത്തം നട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞ് പൾസസ് മൊത്തം നട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞ് അവൾ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പം മൊത്തം വീറ്റ് നട്ട സ്ഥലവും മൊത്തം പൾസസ് നട്ട സ്ഥലവും തുല്യമായിരിക്കണം. The area used for wheat should be equal to the area used for pulses. So how she can plant 3 portions also there? In these 3 portions she has to plant wheat and pulses in such a way that after planting, what she has to calculate? She has to calculate the area. അവൾക്ക് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണ്ട, പക്ഷേ നട്ട് കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അവൾക്ക് എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കണം? മൊത്തം വീറ്റ് നട്ട ഏരിയയും മൊത്തം പൾസസ് നട്ട ഏരിയയും ഈക്വലായിരിക്കണം. അത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഓക്കെ, അതെങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യും നമ്മൾ? സി, in this parallelogram, what is the speciality of triangle APQ and parallelogram PQRS? What is the speciality of the triangle PQA and the parallelogram PQRS? I repeat the question. What is the speciality of the triangle PQA and PQRS? Both are on the same base, PQ and between the same parallels, no? So area of this triangle should be half of the entire parallelogram, no? Isn't it? That means suppose area of the parallelogram is 100. Suppose area of the parallelogram is 100. Then what about the area of this triangle? That should be 50. Why? Because this triangle and this parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines. So area of the triangle should be half of that area of the parallelogram. Suppose area of the parallelogram is 100, the area of triangle will be 50. So out of 100, this much will be 50. So what about these 2 portions? Out of 100, out of total 100, this much portion become 50. Then when you add these both, you have to get what? 50. Why? Because total is 100, no? Out of 100, it is only 50. So this plus this should be what? 50. Then only 50 plus that 50 will become 100. അതായത് ഇതിൻ്റെ അർത്ഥം എന്താ? ടോട്ടൽ ഏരിയൻ്റെ പകുതിയാണിത്. ബാക്കി പകുതി ഏതൊക്കെയായിരിക്കും? ഇതും. ടോട്ടൽ ഏരിയൻ്റെ പകുതി ഇതാണെങ്കിൽ ബാക്കി പകുതി ഏതായിരിക്കും? ഇതും. അപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി? ഇവിടെ ഇച്ചിരി പൾസസ് നടുക, ഇവിടെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക? വീറ്റ് നടുക, ഇവിടെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക? വീണ്ടും പൾസസ് നടുക. അപ്പോൾ എന്തായി? 2 പൾസസ് നട്ട ഏരിയയും ഇവിടെ വീറ്റ് നട്ട ഏരിയയും തൂക്കിലായില്ലേ? വീറ്റ് നട്ടത് എത്ര ഏരിയ ഉണ്ടോ, ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ 15 കണ്ടു, ഇത് രണ്ടും കൂടെ കൂട്ടിയാലേ 50 കിട്ടുക. അതായത് വീറ്റ് നട്ട ഏരിയയും പൾസസിൻ്റെ മൊത്തം ഏരിയ ഈക്വലായില്ലേ? സോ ദിസ് ഈസ് ദ വേ. യു മേ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ്. Once again I am repeating. So once again, for the better understanding, anyway we have to write in steps now. So that also I will explain. What she has to do is, her field is in this way, in the shape of a parallelogram. What she did, she just chose a point A on RS. Then what she did, she just joined AP and AQ. Okay. Then what she has to do here, she has to plant something. What? Pulses and wheat. But in such a way that the total area used for wheat should be equal to the total area used for pulses. In that way she has to plant. So which method we used? From the figure it is very clear that area of APQ is equal to half of the area of parallelogram PQRS. Why? How I can write like this? What is the reason for writing like this? Area of APQ is equal to half of area of PQRS. Why? Because both are on the same base and between same parallels. So if a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallels, then what we can say? Obviously what we can say, area of the triangle should be half of the area of the parallelogram, isn't it? And so we found that area of the triangle APQ should be half of the area of the entire parallelogram. Suppose if the area of the parallelogram is 100, the area of the triangle should be 50. Then what about the 2 remaining portion? When we add that both area, we have to get what? 50. Why? Because the total area is 100, no? Out of that it become 50. That means this portion plus this portion should be what? 50. That means what we can write here, entire parallelogram entire parallelogram means total, complete parallelogram will split into a triangle APQ and two smaller triangle ASP. So this is the first smaller triangle ASP and ARQ, isn't it? ASP and ARQ. So what is the specialty? Such that area of triangle APQ, that means area of triangle APQ is equal to what? Area of triangle ASP plus area of triangle ARQ. എഴുതിക്കൂടെ? ഇനി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇത് കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ ഇതൊന്നും എഴുതണ്ട. ഇതൊന്നും നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതണ്ട. ഈ ഇതങ്ങ് വെട്ടിയേക്ക്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ ആവുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. I think you reached in some confusion. Anyway, you understood that much only. ഞാൻ ഒരുപാട് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്ത് വൃത്തിയാടാക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ? So you may understood that much, if our total is 100, this will be 50 and this plus this will be 50. So what she can do? She can plant here pulses and she let her plant here wheat and here pulses. Then what is the specialty? Area of the wheat should be equal to the total area of the pulses, isn't it? So what she can do? So you can easily write the conclusion. So she can plant wheat in triangle APQ and pulses in triangle APS and triangle ARQ. So what I did, let her plant here wheat and here let her plant pulses. Enough. So in that way, if she is going to plant, the area of the wheat should be equal to the total area of the pulses. You may understood. So you may understood the question, and the last question is not so important, but still it's very simple question. A very simple question. You might have understood it well. So why I explained the last question thrice. Why? Because maybe what I'm thinking is I'm little bit tense. Do you know why? Because since it is through the medium of a mobile phone, since it is by online, since it is in the form of an online learning, when a student feel doubt, what I will do, I am not there with so that's why I am explaining the same thing unnecessary again and again. So don't feel bad, don't get bored. Okay, so as I told you many times, I have to take care each individual in your class. So this is it. So we so in this, through this question we reached the end of the exercise 9.2, and in the very next class we will start solving exercise 9.3. Okay, so here is your activity. What is your activity after watching this video? You are not supposed to sit simply. What you have to do is take each question from exercise 9.2. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 6 questions are no, and 6 questions I solved for you. What you have to do is take the first question, read it, write answer yourself, and if you fail to do so, you can take the video and watch it. Okay, and anyway, no need to check the video, no, it is already in your notebook, no. Okay, and then take the next second question, do yourself. If you fail to do so, take the notebook and check the answer. In that way you should learn all the 6 questions. In the very next day I will conduct a live class and I will give any one question from this 6 question and I will check whether you learned or not. So have a nice day, take care, bye.